Hello and welcome to the storage videos. In this video we will talk about the storage on the ESXi um, 7. Here in ESXi 7 or in ESXi in general, we have something called data stores. Data store is a like uh, like our uh, partition, or it's uh, um, our on the Windows, as we can see our hard disk on the Windows, like a data store in the ESX. As we can see here, some words I wanted to give you to uh, it's very important on the data stores. Uh, the file system here in the data store, it's VMFS file system, like on NTFS on Windows. Here, VMFS, this file system is designed by VMware to accelerate the performance on the ESX. It depends on the virtual machines. It's called VMFS virtual machine file system. This file system, as we can see here, it's to store the virtual machine on the data store. Okay, um, here the VMFS, it's uh, have it has a versions like VMFS 5, VMFS 6. The VMFS 6, it's very important. It has the very important feature. It's uh, it's very uh, good VMFS file system. If you wanted to create a file system or virtual machine file system, create it version 6, because if we create the thin provisioning hard disk on the machine. In the machine, we have two types of the virtual machine or hard disk: uh, thin provisioning or thick provisioning. The thin provisioning is create. It will take the space just the VM want. If I or in the other words, if I have um, 10 or if I have uh, 15, 15 giga hard disk to the VM, if just and the files on the VM uh, take just 5 gigabyte, it will take the space 5 gigabyte only from the data store. The thick provisioning, if I have uh, 15 hard disk thick provisioning, it will take all the space. If also if the machine take 5 giga from the files, it will take all the space. But the thick provisioning is very fast, and the thin provisioning is slower than the thick provisioning. It depends on what the scenario the VM work on it. If you have like a database VM, you can create it on the thick provisioning. If you have like IIS service on the database on the VM, you can create it as a thick thin provisioning. Okay, uh, in the thin provisioning, the file system will take the the only VM want. If we delete the data from the VM, the space will release. Okay, in the VMFS6, but in VMFS5, the VM the space will not release. Okay, we can uh, do that manually as a command line. Okay, so if you wanted to create VMFS, please choose it as VMFS6. Okay, here the network file system NFS, we have two kinds of data stores. We have the data store, local data store. This local data store is the we can create it by hard disks on the server. Okay, if I have two hard disks, I create a mirror between it. If I have 5 giga hard disk and 5 giga hard disk second one, and create a mirror RAID between these hard disks, I can create the data store on this mirror. It, and the hard disk it will be on the physical server. Okay, here NFS network file system, the second type of data store, the data will be stored on the remote data store. Okay, like a NAS or SAN devices. Okay, here it's very important protocol NFS, uh, and the Iscsi is also a very important protocol. The Iscsi, the file system on Iscsi, because Iscsi is carrier, not its file system. Okay, the file system we will create on the Iscsi is VMFS. Okay, Vivo, it's very important on the if I wanna to get the SAN or NAS device to make the management, to make the uh, performance, uh, it's very important because one machine, it will store it on the one LAN. Okay, LAN like a partition. If I wanted to create a backup, the NAS or SAN storage, it will create by LAN. Okay, if I wanted to restore, it will restore by LAN. Okay, if we have two virtual machines on the same LAN, the restore will be on two virtual machines. Okay, but Vivo, I have one virtual machine on the one. Okay, vSAN data store. The vSAN is a technology from VMware to virtualize the storage. Okay, if I have uh, two or more than physical server, I can use the physical hard disks on the servers like a SAN storage, like a SAN storage, physical SAN. It will collect all the uh, physical hard disks and make it as a SAN device. As we can see here, the Iscsi, it's very important protocol. Nowadays, we use it as a carrier from the physical over Ethernet, okay, and make the VMFS one. We can also use um, VC okay. Um, Here also NAS device and make the NFS volume, okay. The very important to make shared storage and have access to all servers to it. If one server goes down, the virtual machines files be will still be on the SAN, and the resources will take from the other ESX. We can do this mission manually, okay, or by VMware vCenter. We can do this mission uh, automatically, okay. As we can see here, as we can see here, here I have NAS device, okay, NAS appliance, uh, connect as NFS to make an NFS data store to physical NIC, okay, on the host. Virtual machine here, files, virtual machine files, it will be on the NFS, not in the physical uh, physical hard disk on the server, okay. And the resources will take RAM. It will take RAM and hard disk, RAM and CPU from the physical server. If this server goes down, the virtual machine is still here on the NFS appliance, uh, and the resources will occupy this physical another SES. Okay, if the NAS storage appliance goes down, I can create another one to unreplicate from 1 to 2. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about the storage. I will create in another video. I will create two storage. Okay, two kind of storage. NIC, local storage and remote storage. Okay, remote storage, two kinds also, NFS and Iscsi, and I will create VMFS, Iscsi on Iscsi. Okay, thank you. I will see you in next video.